What's going on, everybody? How's it hanging? How's it going? Welcome to, honestly, episode 1 of Driving Conversations. The place where I just throw my ideas out here. And yeah, that's honestly it. I just start talking. I had the windows down, but now it just started to rain. So I'm bringing the windows up because I'm not trying to get wet. I am not trying to get wet. But today's just another one of those. I'm just gonna spitball some ideas, some things that were in my head. So I had some conversations with a couple of my friends recently about how we're in a nostalgia day and age, that there's no new good ideas for specific things, and all they keep on doing is just going back to nostalgia. And it made me think, like, what else are they going to bring back? Honestly, what else are they going to bring back? They end up bringing back shows. They always end up redoing movies. Like, what's better left as nostalgia than try to bring it back? Than try to make it in this day and age. And me, as a person who, honestly, I can say I love my nostalgia. Okay? There's theme songs, there's commercials, there's movies, there's episodes that live rent-free in my head because it's so nostalgic to me, because I watched it when I was younger and I enjoyed it when I was younger. So it's like, I don't want them to bring things back, because with the track record that literally everything has right now, anything that comes back is gonna bomb, and you're gonna lose that charm that it had when it first came out. And I don't want that. I don't want that for, like, my favorite TV show or a favorite movie that I had, or even a video game, for example. I don't want them to bring back a video game and then it completely bomb, because then it's like, you shouldn't have touched it. You shouldn't have decided to, redo the game. You should have just made it a remaster. Okay? Like a remaster. And at least for me, one of the games that I could say is bad as a remake was a game that just recently came out, Lollipop Chainsaw Repopped. I played it, and it was so bad. It was so glitchy, and they made it harder. And I play games to enjoy them, but at the same time, I also play them so I can get everything. I'm an achievement hunter. I'm a platinum hunter. At least right now, I believe I have 97, 96 platinums on PlayStation. 100% on Xbox. I have a good chunk of them. So it's like, seeing that they end up bringing back a game that I enjoyed when I was younger, and them butchering it, like it hurt. I bought that game day one because I was so excited to play it. I was so excited to see how the graphics were gonna be, how the gameplay was gonna be changed, because in the original one it was buggy, and I was let down because it was buggy. It was worse than the original, and it sucks. It sucks. Like, that's something that I can honestly say you should have left it to nostalgia. You should have just, whatever we had was the best version of it. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? Because yes, I was just talking about how disappointing bringing back something nostalgic can be. But at least in my opinion, one of the best ways, bringing back something nostalgic and it being so good was when they brought back Samurai Jack and they gave him a final season. When they brought that show back, I was not expecting it to be as good as it was back then. That final season of Samurai Jack was so good, and it was a perfect send-off that I was like, yes, this is something like this is what we need. Something like this is what we need when we got people that want to bring back nostalgic shows. Like, if you're gonna give it the final season that it never had, then do that. You know what I mean? Do that. Give it the final season it never had. Or if you really do want to remake it, I understand it's a new day and age. I understand you can't necessarily say and do things that you were able to do 5 years ago, 10 years ago, hell, even 25 years ago. There's things you cannot do. And I get that. I get that. But at the same time, that's the charm of it. That's the charm of the show. That's the charm of the movie. That's the charm of the game. I don't know. I was also talking with my friend, and we got into the topic of which Scooby-Doo is better. Is it like the original Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? A pup named Scooby-Doo? Like, what's new Scooby-Doo? All the iterations of Scooby-Doo, like which one is better? Which one did it better? And for me, personally, hands down, it has to be the original. It has to be Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Because that was my childhood. Like, I watched that one more than I watched the newer ones at my time. Which was, what was it? What's New Scooby-Doo? With that theme song. Oh my God, that theme song. So then we got into the topic of which theme song is better? Which theme song is more iconic? And I would have to say the first one, because it kickstarted everything. But, he told me you can't knock down a pup named Scooby-Doo's theme song. Because that theme song was fire. Okay? That theme song was fire. That was great. And that's one of the theme songs that live in my head, honestly, rent-free. It's that. It's Danny Phantom. Oh my God, I watched so much Danny Phantom. The instrumental, just for Dexter's Laboratory, and I enjoy those shows. I will definitely rewatch those shows. I have rewatched some of those shows. Just recently, I rewatched Scooby-Doo. Where Are You? And it still hits. It still hits the way that it hit back when it first came out in the 60s. It still hits. It's still so good. It's so good. But yeah, like I said, I just finished watching Scooby-Doo. Not that long ago, I watched Courage the Cowardly Dog, because that was another childhood show that I love. I will absolutely rewatch it again. It had heartbreaking moments. It had moments that people said was nightmare-inducing. And for me, the way that I grew up, that was not nightmare-inducing. Okay? That was most definitely not nightmare-inducing. I have childhood stories. Okay? Childhood stories that I will not talk about now. I'll talk about that in another time. But yeah, that show was nothing. That show was nothing compared to other things that happened in my childhood. And they're not bad, trust me, they're not bad. They're not bad. They shaped me to what I am today. But I absolutely love the show. I love that show. Everybody's telling me that they get scared of Return the Slab or Suffer My Curse. I love that guy. I love and the way that he moves and everything like that. I love that. That is great. That is hilarious. I don't know. I might have to rewatch it again. I might have to rewatch Courage the Cowardly Dog because I enjoyed it so much. There's a show that I watched when I was younger, and I probably shouldn't have watched it when I was younger, but I still enjoyed it, and I still enjoy it to this day. I quote specific parts of this show to this day, and it is The Boondocks. The Boondocks was such a good show. It was out of pocket when it first came out. It was always touching on like specific subjects at the time. It was always over the top when it needed to be. The animation was awesome. The voice acting was phenomenal. The music to go with what was happening was just perfect. It was an amazing show that I wish had more seasons. It was such a good show. It was such a good show. Oh, me and my friends who love that show, dear God, the quotes that we tell each other is, oh my God. I love it. I love that show so much. That's another show I can definitely rewatch. I believe I rewatched that show 5 times. I believe I rewatched it 5 times. Just like Afro Samurai. Afro Samurai was such a good show. It was a good show. It had a good movie. Like, oh my God. Samuel L. Jackson solidified that. He solidified Afro. He solidified Ninja. Oh my God. It was so good. It was so good. It had me hooked from beginning to end. And then when I found out that there was a movie, which in a way was a season 2, I had to watch it. And I loved it all over again. I have all of it. I got Afro Samurai. I have the movie Afro Samurai Resurrection. I have it on DVD, and I've rewatched them. Just like the Boondocks, I have the complete series on DVD, and I've rewatched them. Like, oh my God, things that I can rewatch. It's crazy. It's crazy. And those shows are definitely ones that I can rewatch with no issues. And I will laugh at the same jokes every single time. Every single time I will laugh at the same jokes with no issues. Oh my God. I want to watch Afro Samurai now. Me just thinking about old shows that I want to rewatch. I want to watch it again. I want to rewatch it again. But what's your favorite show that you watched years ago that you would not mind watching again? What is something that you've watched countless of times and it still does not get old for you? What is it? Because I'd like to know. Because maybe, just maybe, I've seen it. Maybe I've seen it. Maybe I enjoyed it. Maybe it's something that I should check out. Like I'm always game to watch something new. I'm always game to watch, a new show, a new movie, whatever. I have now reached another one of my destinations. So I'm not taking you with me to do my daily activities. This was just driving conversations.